Hello friends, myself Professor Dilip Tate, Senior Lecturer from Padma Dr. Vitthara Vikhe Patil Polytechnic, Pravara. In continuation with the chapter heat transfer, in last video you know, you understand the concept of heat transfer, how heat is transferred from one media to the another media. You know, it always transfer from higher temperature to the lower temperature. It never transfer from lower temperature to the higher temperature. You also learn about the various modes of heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. And you also understand the phenomena of heat transfer by conduction, heat transfer by convection, heat transfer by radiation. Now, in this video lecture, we will study about the various laws related to heat transfer. So, first law, that is a Fourier's law, which is related to the conduction. Newton's law of cooling is related to convection, and Stephen Boltzmann law is related to the heat transfer process, radiation. So, what is Fourier's law of heat conduction? According to the scientist named as Fourier, what he says this law, Fourier's law, is related to the conduction, particularly for conduction process. And according to him, the heat transfer rate, that is Q by A, is depends on the temperature difference. Temperature difference is must for the transfer of heat, and heat transfer rate is directly proportional to the cross section area, and it is inversely proportional to the length of the media or material. So, according to Fourier's, he derived the formula as Q by A is directly proportional to the dt by ds, where Q by A is heat transfer rate, dt change in temperature, and dx is change in length. This formula can be written as Q equals to Ka dt by ds, where here A is shifted to the right side, and the symbol proportionality is cancelled by the sign equals. Here the K is constant of proportionality. Q is heat flow through the body in a unit time. K, constant of proportionality, is known as thermal conductivity of metal. Capital A is the cross section of the material. dt change in temperature, and dx change in length. So, the symbol K is a thermal conductivity of the material, and as the value of K thermal conductivity is large, then you can call it as a good thermal conductor. That material is called as good thermal conductor when the value of K is more. And if the value of K is less, it is called as poor thermal conductor or a good thermal insulator. So for good thermal insulator, the value of K thermal conductivity is less, and for good thermal conductor, the value of K is more. So how is the phenomena of heat transfer through a slab or through a metal plate? Heat transfer by conduction through a slab. We are studying here regarding the method of conduction. So here consider a solid plate having length, width and breadth. Okay. So the thickness of this plate is dx, and T1, which one is the higher temperature? T1 is the temperature of left side of the plate. T2 is the temperature of right side of a plate, that is which one is a lower temperature. T1 has a higher temperature, T2 has a lower temperature. So naturally heat will be transferred from T1 to T2. Same thing here, let T1 is the temperature of the left phase, that is a higher temperature. T2 equals to the temperature of the right phase, that is a lower temperature. ds, thickness of the plate or slab. A, cross section area of the plate. K, thermal conductivity of the material of the plate. And T, time required to transfer the heat from one side to another side, time through which the heat flow has taken place. So as per Fourier's law of heat conduction, we know the heat transfer, heat flow through a plate equals to Ka dt by ds. This one is a common equation, general equation for heat conduction. Okay. If you assume there is no loss of heat from the sides. Okay. So Q equals to Ka dt by dx can be written as Ka, same, dt, change in temperature, that means T1 minus T2, and divided by dx. Dx is the thickness of the plate. By considering the factor time factor here, T, the equation can be written as Q equals to Ka T1 minus T2 multiplied by T, time, divided by dx. Since you know the temperature of slab decreases as dx, thickness, increases, and negative sign is put on the right hand side of the above equation. That means the relation becomes Q equals to minus Ka T1 minus T2 multiplied by T divided by dx, because here T1 minus T2, T1 is the highest temperature, T2 has a lower temperature. Okay, T1 higher temperature, T2 lower temperature. So here difference T1 minus T2 is a negative, but heat flow is always a positive. So for this one, the heat flow should be positive. So here equation becomes Q equals to minus K T1 minus T2. So minus K T1 minus T2 minus sign, and it becomes a positive. It becomes a positive. So heat flow Q, the value of Q becomes a positive. Next, what is the thermal conductivity? In the previous articles, you can consider a same equation, that is Q equals to Ka T1 minus T2 T divided by dx. In this equation, if we consider the cross section area of a plate, cross section area of a plate equals to 1 meter square. Okay, unit area A equals to 1 meter square. The change in temperature T1 minus T2 equals to 1 degree Kelvin. Change in temperature is 1 degree Kelvin. Time taken as 1 second, and dx, change in length or thickness, is considered as 1 meter. Then the above equation Q equals to Ka T1 minus T2 multiplied by T divided by dx becomes Q equals to K. Q equals to K. If we here put the value A equals to 1, T1 minus T2 equals to 1, T equals to 1, dx equals to, or x equals to 1, then equation becomes Q heat transfer, heat flow equals to the thermal conductivity of the metal. So from this relation we can derive, we can write the definition of thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity is defined as the quantity of heat in joules that flows in 1 second through 1 meter cube of material. Cross section area is 1 meter cube of material, and when the opposite faces are maintained at a temperature difference of 1 degree Kelvin, then we can derive the unit for thermal conductivity, and unit for thermal conductivity equals to watt per meter degree Kelvin. So next concept for thermal resistance. Next concept is thermal resistance. It is equivalent to electrical resistance R. That means resistance to the heat flow. Resistance to the heat flow. So write down same formula, Q equals to Ka T1 minus T2 divided by dx. The above equation can also be written as Q T1 minus T2, shift T1 minus T2 on the left side, divided by dx by Ka. If Ka is shifted to the denominator, then equation becomes q equals to T1 minus T2 divided by dx by Ka. So here the term dx by Ka is known as thermal resistance of a material. Now the heat transfer by conduction through a composite wall. How heat is transferred through a composite wall? Composite wall means which is made up from the two or more than two different material having different thermal conductivity, okay, K1, K2. Okay, suppose the plate is made up from one material copper, second material brass, third material aluminum, then this material have a different thermal conductivity. Okay, so consider a composite wall consists of two different materials. Here he has taken two material. The plate is made up by two material. Okay, through which the heat is being transferred by conduction as shown in the figure. So two material 1, material 2 having thickness x1 and x2, and here the temperature T1 has a higher temperature, temperature T2 is a middle one temperature, means the temperature at a junction of two material, and temperature T3 is the temperature at outer face or right face of the plate. Same thing, x1 thickness of first material, K1 having thermal conductivity of first material. Same way x2 and K2 is the thickness and thermal conductivity of second material. T1 and T2 is the temperature of two outer surfaces, T1 and T2, where T1 is higher than T3. T2 is the temperature at the junction point, and A is the cross section area, surface area of the ball. Now assuming T1 is at higher temperature than T2, the heat will be flow from higher temperature T1 left face to the lower temperature T2 at right face. Under steady state condition, that means there is a continuous flow of heat. The rate of heat flow through section 1 is equal to that of section 2. We know that heat flow through section 1 equals to Q Ka dt minus dt by dx. So here K is K1, that means thermal conductivity of material 1. A surface area is same, T1 minus T2 temperature at left space and T2 temperature at the junction divided by dx1 thickness of one material. Formula can be written as T1 minus T2 equals to Q dx1 divided by A cross section area into K1. Heat transfer by conduction through a composite wall in this continuation. Similarly, we can write the formula for section 2, that is T2 minus T3 equals to Q dx2 divided by A K2. Adding above two equations, that is T1 minus T2 and T2 minus T3, these both equations, the equations become T1 minus T3 equals to Q by A in bracket dx1 by k1 plus dx2 by k2. So, by simplifying the formula, ultimately we get the Q heat flow equals to A T1 minus T3 divided by dx1 by k1 plus dx2 by k2. Thank you. In next video, we will study about the next mode of heat transfer, that is the convection. Thank you. Thank you.